Good morning, and thanks for tuning in to another episode of The Morning After Rolling with the Beard, where we discuss games that we played during game night and some of the shenanigans that took place. First game we played is Kingsburg. Kingsburg is a worker placement engine builder game fueled by dice. During their turn, players will roll 3 of their dice, and they will place those dice onto matching spaces on the board. Players can also combine dice to reach higher places on the board, such as adding a 2 die to a 6 die to place it on a space that requires an 8. Often these spaces will provide the players with goods that they will exchange these goods to build their own personal buildings, hence the engine builder part. These buildings will give the players special abilities to use to get the upper hand throughout the game. Oh, and did I mention that only one player can place their dice in a spot on the board? So this leads to a lot of player interaction and hate drafting, which we all love, some good old-fashioned hate drafting. The game takes course over 5 years. In each of these 5 years there are 3 seasons, and the players will be rolling their die and placing them on the board once per season, so you essentially get 15 turns. Look at that quick math. Players throughout the game will also have a chance to up their strength, because at the end of each year they'll have to face invasions from zombies or demons or ghouls or whatever kind of nonsense the game decides to throw at you, often resulting in the loss of points. We played this as a 3-player game, took approximately 70 minutes. 2 of us had never played the game. Corey had previously played this game. Well, Corey had previously played the first edition of the game when it came out many moons ago. Mike and myself were new to the game, but we had brushed up watching some videos and read the rules prior to gathering, so the game went smoothly. Most of the iconography is clear, pretty easy teach. We had a good old-fashioned time. It was a very close race with Mike winning the game. Mike did a better job of his engine building and outplayed Corey and myself. It was a very close game though, with first place and last place only having the spread of 6 points. The next game we played is Proheats. Proheats is a nice little card game about bluffing and smuggling goods into your warehouse. Players take the role as smugglers trying to get the most valuable goods into their warehouse. During your turn, you'll draw 2 cards from the deck or the face-up supply, or you'll make a convoy consisting of goods, some of which are illegal. You'll place those cards face down in front of you and announce to the table that you are making a convoy, and other players have the chance to use police cars to search your convoy. And if the police find any illegal contraband, they get to put those goods into their warehouse. However, if they play a police card and don't find any illegal goods, you get to put those goods into your warehouse and you get to keep their police card. I know all this may sound familiar if you've played Sheriff of Nottingham, and that's because they are very similar games. Myself, I actually prefer this little Proheats game. It's very compact. It's about a quarter of the size. It's about a fifth of the price, and it does the same thing, scratches the same itch, and you don't have to mess with those annoying little velvety bag things that the snaps always break on. We played this game with 6 players, and it does play well at 6 players. It was just a good old rootin' tootin' time of smuggling goods. I'm horrible at bluffing games, just absolutely horrible. Yet, this game still has a place in my heart. I am so bad at this game. I had 7,000 points. Mike had over 60,000. That's how bad I am at Proheats. And Sheriff of Nottingham. And the Resistance. And pretty much any bluffing game. And the next game we played was Robo Rally, Richard Garfield's classic Robo Rally. If you're not familiar with that name, Richard Garfield, you should be, because this dude has made some amazing games. You may have heard of a little card game he designed called Magic the Gathering. He's also done all kinds of fantastic board games. He's got the King of Tokyo's, the King of New York's, Bunny Kingdom's another fantastic game he made. The criminally underrated Treasure Hunter is a fantastic game that you can sometimes pick up on the cheap, published by Queen Games. Awesome game, awesome game. Can't say enough good things about Richard Garfield. Robo Rally. Robo Rally is a good game, as long as you don't play it with 6 players, which is the mistake we made, and we played it with 6 players. This is the first time in Rolling with the Beard history that we decided to not play a game all the way through. Shortly after the novelty of getting pushed off the board wore off and it wasn't funny anymore, we decided that we were going to shorten the race to whoever got to the first checkpoint was the winner, because the board had 3 checkpoints, and this was about 60 minutes in and nobody had made any progress. And Robo Rally players will be playing the roles as these robots in a rally race. Go figure, hence the name. Players will be programming out their movement with 5 cards from their own personal deck each round, and these cards will be move forward 1 space, turn left, move forward 3 spaces, turn right. So you're programming out these robots, and then once everyone is done doing that, you will resolve them 1 card at a time. So this ends up being hilarious when players start pushing other people's robots, therefore throwing off the rest of their program. It is funny. It's a lot of fun, unless you're playing with 6 players, and it's just too much. The people on the robots just keep pushing each other, and nobody can make any progress throughout the game. It's just a real crap show. Still a great game with 2 to 4 players. Just don't do it with 6. Oh, and did I mention I was the winner of this one, and it was also my idea to cut the game short. Do what you gotta do. And the next game we played is Endless Pass. We played it with 5 players. I believe it plays 2 to 6. It is a fun little card game where players take the roles as Vikings, either fighting to get 10 glory or to be the last man standing. So there's 2 victory conditions here. During their turn, players will draw cards from the Endless Pass deck equal to the number of their speed, typically 3. And in these cards, often there's goodies like weapons and swords and all kinds of good stuff, but there are also the Endless Horde in there, and these are monsters that you have to face, and if you don't, they'll deal damage to you. You get glory for killing them, which is sweet, but you take damage for ones that you don't kill. But the interesting thing about this game is the monsters that you don't take care of, you get to pass those on to the next player. So now what once was your problem is now the player seated to your left's problem. With the right group of people table talking and trash talking during this game, it can be a lot of fun. And like I said, we played this game with 5 players and a lot of trash talking, but our friend Gary turned on the Gary persuasion and was able to talk other players into doing his evil bidding for him. I don't know why people ever listen to Gary. Anytime you play with him, just kill Gary. We just gotta kill Gary. Hashtag kill Gary. Gary was the victor. We played this game twice and Gary won twice. You would have thought we would have figured out after the first time Gary just swept the floor with us that we would have banded together against Gary. Apparently he just bats his eyes the right way. Well, that wraps up another episode of The Morning After Rolling with the Beard. As always, thanks for watching, and if you found this video somewhat entertaining, please consider clicking that subscribe button and maybe even the notification bell. And thanks for watching.